Yo, what's going on, guys? The Anime Top Scholar is back with yet another retro anime recommendations video for your viewing pleasure. If you didn't know, I've already uploaded a retro anime recommendations video about a month ago, where I talked about 3 shows from the early 2000s. So if you haven't watched it, then I recommend watching that after. This time though, we're gonna go back another decade and talk about 3 shows of differing popularities from the 90s. Like I explained in the first video I did, I will recommend one very popular show, one less popular show, and one show that I think is less known. So grab yourself a snack and something to drink, and let's just get into the recommendations. Up first is a show that I'm sure most of you will have at least heard of, if not already watched, and that is Cowboy Bebop. This 26-episode series was produced by Studio Sunrise back in 1998. It was directed by Shinichiro Watanabe, who's also directed shows like Samurai Champloo, Kids on the Slope, and Terror and Resonance, with series composition done by Keiko Nobumoto, who has also worked on Tokyo Godfathers, Wolf's Rain, and Space Dandy. In Bebop, we follow the characters of Spike, Jet, Faye, Edward, and of course the most important character to the whole story, Ein. Don't fight me on this. The year is 2071, and humanity has colonized several of the planets and moons in the solar system. Peace in the universe is now being kept by the Intersolar System Police, as well as outlaw bounty hunters, also referred to as cowboys. The cool and mellow Spike Spiegel and his pragmatic partner, Jet Black, work as bounty hunters and struggle to make ends meet. This does not get much easier when they pick up femme fatale Faye Valentine, strange computer whiz Edward Wong, and the genetically engineered, highly intelligent corgi, Ein, who joins their crew. Now this ragtag team of bounty hunters are trying to catch criminals and earn money, and along the way slowly unravel the dark and mysterious past of each of the members of the Bebop. Like I said earlier, most people will probably have either watched this already, or at the very least heard about it. Bebop is very popular, especially in the West, where it garnered quite the following after being premiered on Adult Swim in 2001. Because of this, I can understand that some people may be a little cautious about watching it, and the fear that the hype surrounding it may ruin it for you. I'm here to tell you that you should still give this show a chance despite this. Yes, this show is very hyped among its fans, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't love this show to death. But I think this is one of those shows that are too important to ignore. The episodic adventure format might not be something you are very much into, but even outside of that, seeing the characters' past slowly get fleshed out is really worth it in the long run. Also, the animation and fight choreography in this show is absolutely fantastic. So much so that even shows like Naruto decided to borrow some of the choreography for one of their fights. So yeah, I highly recommend this show, and I wouldn't feel right making a 90s recommendations list without putting Bebop on it. But enough gushing over Cowboy Bebop. Let's move on to recommendation number 2. Up next, we have the 1995 cyberpunk classic, Ghost in the Shell. This movie was produced by Studio Production IG and was directed by the highly acclaimed Mamoru Oshii, who's also directed anime like Patlabor and Angel's Egg. The movie is also based on a manga by the same name, written by Masamune Shirow. However, Oshii's version of Ghost in the Shell diverges quite heavily from the original manga. Ghost in the Shell tells the story of Motoko Kusanagi, aka the Major, Bato, Togusa, and the rest of the team at Public Security Section 9. The year is 2029. Advances in cybernetics have allowed people to replace nearly all of their body parts and organs with robotics, making the weak strong and giving the dying a new chance at life. Public Security Section 9 is a team of AI, cyborgs, and unmodified humans who investigate cases regarding corruption and terrorism. On the assault team we have Togusa, the unmodified human, Bato, the second in command, and the Major, Motoko Kusanagi, who has full body prosthetics, owing to an accident from her childhood. They have been tasked with investigating a hacker, simply known as the Puppet Master. However, this case might not be as simple as they thought it would be. Ghost in the Shell is arguably one of Mamoru Oshii's best works, and you owe it to yourself to check it out if you haven't done so already. It's a good movie that utilizes its cyberpunk setting very well to tell a story of identity and existentialism. I personally enjoyed the movie quite a bit, though it's not my favorite Oshii work. But it is definitely another one of those too important to ignore types of anime. I will give out one warning though. The movie can feel a bit slow at times, and especially if you are expecting an action movie. There are action scenes in this movie, but it is by no means the main focus of it. So if you're just looking for some action, this is not the movie for you. But I do stress again, you should definitely check it out regardless. Anyways, let's move on to the final recommendation. The third and final recommendation is a show that a lot of you might not have heard about before, and that's Nadia, The Secret of Blue Water from 1990. This 39-episode anime was produced by Studio Gainax and directed by Hideaki Anno, who's also directed shows like Neon Genesis Evangelion and Aim for the Top Gun Buster. The Secret of Blue Water tells the story of John and Nadia, two teenagers who met by chance, and John fell in love with Nadia. Now John has promised to help Nadia get back to her home country, and a grand adventure that will take them to many new places awaits. The year is 1889, and the world is on the pinnacle of great discoveries in technology. John is a 14-year-old boy who loves science and wants to create a plane that can actually fly. It is while working on one with his uncle that he spots Nadia, a 14-year-old girl with dark skin and weird clothes. John falls in love at first sight and darts after her to get a chance to talk to her. Once he catches up, he helps Nadia escape some thieves who are after her necklace. John promises Nadia that he will help her return to her home country. There's just one problem. Nadia doesn't know where she's from. John thinks she might be from Africa due to the color of her skin. So with nothing to go on other than that, they set off on an adventure that will be more difficult than they ever would have thought possible. Nadia, The Secret of Blue Water is based on the novel 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea by Jules Verne, and the history of how this anime came to be is long. But to keep it short, Hayao Miyazaki was hired by Toho all the way back in 1970 to make a TV series. One of the concepts they came up with was Around the World in 80 Days by Sea, based on 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. However, this show never got made, but Miyazaki would reuse elements of the story they came up with in his future Boy Conan series. Fast forward, and eventually Gainax became involved with this project. And after lots of problems that would cause Gainax to lose a lot of money, Nadia, The Secret of Blue Water was born. I'm not gonna lie, this show has a lot of problems, especially in its production. But despite this, the show is an absolutely fantastically entertaining ride. I had a lot of fun watching it, and I think a lot more people should check it out. I mean, of course I do. That's why it's on this list of 90s recommendations. I don't want to spoil too much of what happens, because this show goes some weird places. But let's just say that by the end, it's not at all the same show it started out as. Some might have issues with this, but personally, I enjoyed it a lot. So Cowboy Bebop, Ghost in the Shell, and Nadia, The Secret of Blue Water are my 3 recommendations for anime from the 90s. Hopefully you'll find something here that you haven't seen and that sounded interesting to you, and if they did, then let me know which one you decided to watch in the comments. Out of these, my favorite would quite easily be Cowboy Bebop. Not only was that my first anime and what got me into this medium, but I think it's just an amazing show all around with fantastic story and fantastic characters. Yes, it's episodic, but to me that's not a problem. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more anime related videos from the anime top scholar himself. Also, I would just like to say thanks to everyone who watched my latest video, and all of my videos for that matter. I was not expecting to get over 800 views on it overnight, so that was quite amazing to see. Anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling now, and I'll see you guys in the next video.